Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming your way to do another one of these vinyl records, original soundtrack showcasings. You may have seen if you've seen my showcasing I did of the Airport original vinyl record from 1970. You'll know that that buying that record at Half Price Books for $5 kind of prompted me to get out the old record player and set that up with some speakers that I got last year, and kind of got me back into spinning some vinyl. And it's actually been kind of fun, honestly, to go back to the analog era of some sound and spinning some vinyl. In most cases, stuff that I've had, that I bought decades ago and stuff when I kind of got into vinyl. And I think it was 2002 when I got the Sony record player that I still have and still works and dusted out to use to play some of these records. But I'm really kind of just, since it's winter and there's not a lot to do, kind of just having fun chilling around the house listening to some vinyl. But I ended up finding this weeks after finding the Airport vinyl at Half Price Books, and this was priced decently as well, and couldn't pass this up, stopping on by to showcase, so I can only assume, the original vinyl LP record release of the soundtrack that John Barry masterfully did for the blockbuster motion picture by the name of The Deep. This vinyl release I found to be really kind of interesting in that I'm pretty sure that I couldn't tell. Like these days, it's hard to tell necessarily if a soundtrack is from the actual release year or if it's something that was done more recently in the 2000s or some years, some recent years. I'm pretty sure in the research that I've done that this is the original soundtrack release from the 70s. But one thing that was just blew my mind is I didn't know that they really even did color vinyl in the 70s. This is a colored vinyl release. It's got, perfectly adequately suited, of course. What color do you think you'd pick for vinyl for a movie that takes place in the ocean? Well, you're not going to pick clear, which, water is kind of clear, but if you look at the ocean, it appears blue. So this vinyl's actually got a blue, is printed in blue vinyl, or whatever, however you say it. And that kind of made me wonder, and then I did research, and I guess it was from the 70s. I didn't know they did colored vinyl in the 70s. I never seen colored vinyl until, the 21st century. I didn't think it was something that was done until recently. But apparently, if I'm understanding correctly, this record came out in the 70s, probably around the time of the release of the film or something, and it's printed in blue vinyl. It's kind of surprising. Taking a closer look at the front cover, you've pretty much got the original theatrical poster image here. Music from the original motion picture soundtrack, The Deep, composed and conducted by John Barry, including theme from The Deep, Down Deep Inside, which we'll get into a little later, I'll talk about, sung by Donna Summer, Disco Calypso, sung by Beckett. Panning further down, you can see the very much like kind of in a way the Jaws theatrical poster. Instead of the shark coming up and the woman being on top, the woman's coming up, trying to come up from the deep. Don't go up too fast, Pumpkin. You'll get the bends. But in classic 1970s cinema fashion, you've got a poster artwork, which is basically a painting. The good old days. Bottom corner we can see copyright 1977, Columbia Pictures Industries Incorporated. Taking a look at the back, kind of more than you'd normally have to read on the back of a vinyl record soundtrack from the 70s. You got a kind of is that a synopsis? I haven't read it. We'll read it together and find out. I can only assume it is. Submerge yourself in unbearable suspense on a perfect day. A young vacationing couple plunge into the silent waters off Bermuda. They are exploring the wreck of a sunken ship. What they find lures them into a mysterious and increasingly dangerous encounter, a relentless struggle for survival. The Deep is the story of what they go after and what goes after them. Now, in the music, discover for yourself the romance, action, and menace of the hidden underwater world of the deep. Yeah, they really put a lot into that seemingly kind of small little bit there. You can also see on the top there, top corner, side one. I don't understand this track title at all. Return to the Sea, 2033 AD. I don't understand that at all. Maybe someone can explain that to me. I don't quite even understand that at all. So I don't know what the 2033 AD is on the end of that for. So it's basically, oh, I remember, yeah. So when I played side one, the whole thing is more or less kind of one track. I think that's all one track. So it's Return to the Sea, 2033 AD, a ballad based on the score from the motion picture The Deep. It's basically a collage of, just random, cues from the soundtrack, from the, the score. So, some of the stuff maybe from the beginning, maybe some of the stuff from the middle, some of the stuff maybe from the end, the score. And someone just decided to pick whatever they want to, and it kind of blends together in an interesting kind of musical collage. So side one is my favorite. Side two is where it gets really goofy, as you can see, and I'll talk about it. Maybe you'll even hear little samples. Side two, Theme from the Deep, Down Deep Inside, sung by Donna Summer. I gotta tell you, when I heard this, and maybe you'll be able to hear a little bit of it yourself if YouTube lets us, but I heard like the kind of the disco, and the closing credits of the actual movie, you can hear like the disco music version of John Barry, theme for the Deep and stuff. So I was expecting that, but I wasn't expecting, I don't think I heard any of this like Theme from the Deep, Down Deep Inside stuff before, sung by Donna Summer. I don't think it's in the movie or anything, and it might be my first time ever hearing it. And I gotta tell you, it's like, as you can see, Down Deep Inside, like, are they, I think they're kind of subtly, almost, the way she sings it and the way she does some vocal, it's like it's almost like a sexual kind of, reference or something. And she even's like, maybe you'll hear some of it on here, maybe not, I don't know. She's even like, I want to say I heard it just like once, but I want to say she's moaning and stuff, like it's down deep inside her, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, I expected the disco deep theme, but like down deep inside. I mean, Jesus criminy, what are we doing here? So I'm not too thrilled about the side two of this album. Side one is cool with the mishmash of collage of whatever, just random tracks that whoever just decided to pick of the John Barry music. But this down deep inside garbage is, oh my God. As we can see here, then you've got number 2 track, Theme from the Deep, John Barry. I don't remember. That might be the disco version. I bet that's the disco version. I can't remember. Then you've got Disco Calypso by Beckett. I think that's like the music that's played during the cricket game or whatever in the Deep. Was it cricket? It might be the cricket. If not, it's whatever sporting event they were playing there in the Deep or whatever. And then once again, you gotta listen to this. I don't know if it's, I can only assume this is a variation of it. Well, look at, okay, they added, so it's the same thing. Theme from the Deep, Down Deep Inside, Donna Summer. And then you've got A Love Song in parentheses. So, yeah, it must be a different version of it or something. But side 2, you can, well, the Theme from the Deep and the Disco Calypso is fine, but like the track, 1 and 4 on side 2, you can, oh my God, you can kind of forget about it if you want to, yeah. So the overall layout for the back cover here, I think, is actually really, really great. It's got just a still of the, Nick Nolte and Jacqueline Bisset presumably just doing their diving stuff there. You got some credits for the, I guess this is credits more or less on under the tracks there for the record credits. On the bottom there, you've got the old 70s era kind of pictures of the main players: Robert Shaw, Wet T-Shirt, Jacqueline Bisset, Nick Nolte, and Louis Gossett is, this is before he added the junior to his name, I guess. and Eli, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Wallach. And there's a picture with headphones on, Donna Summer and John Barry. You can see abbreviated film credits on the bottom there. Bottom corner there you can see Casablanca Record and Film Works, and you might be able to see the additional information under that, including the address at the time. Taking a look at the dust cover, we've got a printed here, kind of really cool Casablanca Records and Film Works thing. It looks like kind of they're in the desert there and wherever, and it looks like a movie set or something in the Lawrence of Arabia. This on the set of Lawrence of Arabia. But on the bottom there you can see basically they're kind of marketing different, or advertising different things you can buy here. You can buy the books, paperback books of The Deep. It looks like there's obviously the movie is based on the Peter Benchley novel. Obviously you can see that. It looks like the other book is Inside the Deep, probably a behind the scenes look into the making of The Deep. And we also got in the middle there, very appropriately, the record. Of course, that's what we're looking at now. And on the far right there you've got the movie The Deep. So yeah, so you can get the books, the record, or I'm assuming they mean go see the movie. I don't know what the hell they mean by the movie. But taking a look at the other side, we can see the same image basically, Casablanca Record and Film Works. This is kind of interesting right here though. It says on the bottom here, our first motion picture presentation. So this must be their first film score that they ever put out on a record. The Deep, and well, you've got your abbreviated movie credits there. So I don't know, I can only assume they were in business doing other kind of records, and this is the first venture into, yeah, it's hard to say because their logo says Record and Film Works. So I don't know if this is the very first record they put out, or I don't know all the history on it, but that's what they say. It's our first motion picture presentation. See on the bottom there, all manufactured and distributed by Casablanca Record and Film Works Incorporated. You might be able to read their address there if you want to. Taking a look at the record itself, we'll do a full shot of the record so you can see its bluish color. Like I said, in the 80s, in the 90s and stuff, I'd never seen I don't think I'd ever seen a colored vinyl until the 2000s. So it's pretty interesting to me that they made colored vinyl in the 70s, but I was never really the biggest vinyl nut in the world. I kind of got into a little bit in the early 2000s, and I've kind of gotten into it a little bit since I found the Airport vinyl record at half price, and now since I found this vinyl record, and perhaps I found other vinyl records that perhaps I'll make videos about as well. But yeah, it's interesting. I never knew until I got this that they made colored vinyl records in the 70s. Taking a closer look at the little label here, unlike the dust sleeve, this is actually a colored version of that picture, which looks kind of cool. You can see music from the original motion picture soundtrack, The Deep. I don't know if I've ever read did I ever read a catalog number yet? Stereo, catalog number NBLB 7060, side 1. Then you've got NBLB 7060AS. You can see your, yeah, so it's basically on side 1, it's one track, which is 24 minutes and 15 seconds long. A mishmash of different tracks that, you know, different tracks that John Barry composed for the score of The Deep. You can see PNC 1977, Casablanca Record and Film Works Incorporated. Taking a look at side 2, pretty much the same as side 1, except it says side 2, and you've got 4 tracks on this, as we've already mentioned. Theme from the Deep, Down Deep Inside, Theme from the Deep Instrumental, Disco Calypso, and Theme from the Deep, Down Deep Inside, a love song. And if you, one thing I kind of thought was funny here, if you look at side 2, the catalog number, instead of being 6070AS, it's 6070BS, which I thought was kind of funny. So side 2 is BS and side 1 is AS. So yeah, it's actually kind of appropriate because this is the bullshit side. If I had to be honest, you know, the songs of Donna Summer with the Down Deep Inside are kind of bullshit. But at least you've got the instrumental theme from the deep, which I want to say, like I say, is probably the disco version. I can't remember. But Disco Calypso, look at that. That's actually 4.5 minutes long. Oh no, oh my God, it's 7.5 minutes long. So that's actually the longest thing on here. That's, you know, that's fine. It makes you really want to go to the Caribbean or the Bermuda or wherever the hell this takes place. Listen to that, I'll tell you that. And listening to it in January or February makes you ache for, you know, temperatures above freezing, I'll tell you that. I bet you thought this showcasing was over, having looked at all the, you know, the record sleeve and the dust sleeve and the record itself. No, I was very tickled to find out that this record also had a mini poster included with it. So how cool is that? And I did a little research. I'm a big fan of the John Barry score for the 1976 version of King Kong that came out. I did a little research, and, you know, on eBay and stuff, you can get a vinyl record of the, you know, John Barry King Kong score that actually does also come with the poster, but most of them don't come with the poster, and you have to pay kind of more money, obviously, to get the LP record with the vinyl record with the poster. I don't think I'll be able to do that, but I was kind of, you know, delighted to find out. Then it kind of made me wonder, well, I hope I can find one of those King Kong vinyls, 76, you know, at half-price books with the poster. That'd be really cool. But in the meantime, I was delighted to find out that this deep vinyl, which I guess came out in 1977, actually comes with a mini poster. And look at this, oh my God, it's too big to even, look at how cool this is. It's too big, it's like 4 pages like this. It's too big to even show. It's so deep. Donna Summer goes so deep. So you've got that, I can't even, is that the bottom? Look how deep it goes. I mean, they're living up to the title of the movie. The Deep. You got a mini poster to put on your wall. So, thanks to, you know, if it weren't for Donna Summer, the poster might not be that deep. But it's hard to say. But there you go. Try not to ruin this. That was talk about the whole getting to this thing was kind of a delight in several reasons. And the fact that it came with this mini poster and also the vinyl is blue, that was kind of, you know, when I first saw that, I thought, well, this can't be from the 70s. This has to be from the 2000s or something. But like I say, I think it is from the 70s. So, little old me, I didn't know they had colored vinyl in the 70s until just recently. So, I guess that's how that works. So, what a cool little frickin' find of this, you know, this soundtrack album. Admittedly, I don't think, you know, well, John Barry music is really great. But admittedly, as a whole, because there's so much garbage, or there's so much BS on the BS side 2 with Donna Summer and just that BS kind of pornographic, down deep inside crap, that I think as a whole, the Airport soundtrack album is, as a whole, definitely more enjoyable than this one. But side A or side 1 or whatever is definitely doable or whatever. And Calypso on side, you know, there's two tracks on, I guess, the majority of side B as well. The bullshit side is doable as well. But them Donna Summer songs, man, you can forget about it. So I guess that pretty much does it for this showcasing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, we'll catch you on the next video.